What's good, Reds? Welcome back to another episode of Liverpool Latest. If you're watching the video, yes, I finally got a haircut. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I appreciate it. Leave a like on the video and comment your thoughts down below if you have the opportunity to. And please subscribe. It helps me out. It helps Fan Arch out. We want to welcome you to the Liverpool Latest family, where we have pretty much daily uploads every single day here on the channel. So, without further ado, let's get right down to it. Florian Wirtz could potentially play some minutes in today's, when this uploads, FA Cup match against Wolves, which is more or less a rematch of our pitiful display this past Tuesday in the Premier League, which I just want to forget entirely, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to for quite some time. If you guys don't know, Florian Wirtz has missed Liverpool's last 3 matches due to a back injury, which was acquired not too long, or actually right before, I think it was the match against Nottingham Forest, where he tweaked something in his back, and he has been out for the last few weeks as a result of that, which sucks. He has partially rejoined team training on Wednesday, though, and it's certainly good news to see that he's back in training. I'm sure it's not full contact training, but Arne Slot did say in a press conference today prior to the match, today being Wednesday, that he might play some minutes if he decides to, if they decide to have him sub on tomorrow. And the direct quote is a few minutes tomorrow in the best scenario, which means at the best case, he'll be a late substitute somewhere around the 75th, 80th minute or so, and we'll play some low risk minutes so that he doesn't get himself injured any further. And depending on where we are in the match, might be to regain some rhythm and some creativity on the offensive press, which has been severely lacking ever since he has been gone. So, I can only hope that there is some action for Wirtz, because he's been sorely missed. Everybody on social media has been talking about it. He's been very missed on the field. We missed the creativity. We missed the fact that he attempts to strike when needed to. He's probably one of our better players on the pitch at any given moment. So missing him these last few weeks has hurt drastically. But the idea of him coming back and playing even low-risk minutes is certainly a good sign that the medical staff is working as hard as they can to get him to a point where he can go back to starting in the starting 11. And that, for me, is good news, because I love Wirtz. I love him very much. He's a great player, and I can't help but miss the guy. How can you not miss the guy? We're creatively bankrupt right now, so he's one of the only sources of creativity on offense we have. So I certainly want him back on the field, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Hell, even if it's in stoppage time, throw him on there. Anyway, I have some great news for all of us U.S. fans of the club. Liverpool is coming to the States in the summer of 2026, facing a few teams in the preseason friendly matches. July 25th, they'll be facing Sunderland at Geodis Park in Nashville, Tennessee. July 29th, which is the midday I am very keen on, they are facing Wrexham in Yankee Stadium in New York City. Now, if you're a Yankees fan like I am, that's a match you have to go to. You just have to. It's a no-brainer to go to this. And I will do everything I can to get to that match, get back to Yankee Stadium, because I haven't been there in quite some time. I miss it tremendously. I will find a way to get tickets to this match or die trying. I will go bankrupt if I have to, because I can imagine these tickets are going to be extremely fucking expensive, considering this is New York City we're talking about. This is the Bronx, for Christ's sake. But I will give you guys updates on that if I do acquire said tickets. I have to wait. Today is the 5th. I have to wait until next Thursday when I'm recording this to give you for the general admission to go live for those tickets to go. And then last but not least, we face Leeds on August 2nd in Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois. Chicago, Illinois. Why did I forget? Why did I forget where Chicago was for a second? The point is, I'm very happy that they're doing a U.S. tour. This is probably the closest I've come to being able to watch them without having to break the bank and go to the UK. So I am certainly very keen on being able to watch this. I mean, obviously, Liverpool has a very massive American fan base. There have been several Liverpool fans I have met in my life since following the team little by little and eventually becoming a full-fledged fan to the point where I'm here every day talking to you guys about the latest news, rumors, and more in regards to the team. So this is going to be big, and it's an opportunity I don't want to miss. So if you want to give me an early birthday present, you can personally send me money, and I will get you guys some content for this Liverpool match in New York. No, I'm kidding, of course. But and the off-field activities are also just as great. The LFC Foundation is running community projects with club legends, including Kenny Dalglish, Ian Rush, and Tasha Dowie. So that is going to be something huge. If you're looking to get the pre-sale price, that would be March 10th for members, season ticket holders, and official supporters clubs. And of course, like I said, general sale will become live on March 12th, which is next Thursday from the point of me recording this video. So I look forward to the opportunity to potentially see my favorite football team in one of my favorite team's stadiums, which is Yankee Stadium. It may not be for a baseball game, but I am going to do, like I said, I'm going to do everything in my power to get to that match. And I'm actually quite interested in Wrexham, too, because I know that they're doing quite well, last I've heard, in the FA Cup. I know that there's a show in the U.S. on FX called Welcome to Wrexham, which is following the team and I guess their rise to prominence in the English football scene. So I'm interested to see how this is going to go, and I think the fact that they have the opportunity to face Liverpool is an extremely big deal. So congratulations to them for sure. Some other news. I got some transfer talk going on here. I saw some stuff on ESPN this morning before I recorded that Liverpool are seemingly having some interest in the following players, one of which being Tyler Adams from Bournemouth. There is a reported fee for him for £40 million, which is an insane amount of money. That is huge. Interested clubs, in addition to us, of course, because why would we be the only team looking to bolster the roster? Of course, United and Chelsea are also in the race, and we'll have to see what it comes down to. Adams has actually recently returned from injury and has made 3 Premier League appearances since coming back, and it's reported that any move would likely happen after the World Cup in the summer, at which clubs will reassess his fitness and performance. If he's a tactical fit for Liverpool, you might ask. He's primarily a defensive midfielder, or in this case, a number 6, a position I have seen quite a bit of talk about that people are begging for us to sign. And I mean begging. I've seen all over Twitter the last few days since the Wolves lost. We don't have a number 6. We don't have this. We don't have that. Why didn't we do this a few years ago? So on, so forth. Seems like it might be a pretty decent fit. It is also, it's going to be difficult though, because it's the possible idea of him being there kind of changes up the way we play just a little bit. There's the rotation option behind Alexis McAllister in a deeper midfield role, would probably be what happens, and a more defensive alternative when protecting leads. So that's basically what Tyler Adams is providing for us if we were to sign him. Michael Olise is another major European interest that we are looking to sign for the absolutely astronomical price of 100 million euros. All because Bayern Munich wants us to pay that price, or some poor club that wants to spend that kind of money. Of course, we are one of 5 teams reported to be interested in this player. Paris Saint-Germain, don't tell Arne Slot I said that out loud, he's going to cream. Man City, obviously us, Real Madrid, and Barcelona. So a little bit of the French football, a little bit of what's it called, La Liga in there, some Premier League influence. It seems like, according to the report from ESPN, Bayern has rejected approaches for the player, and apparently Olise prefers to move to the La Liga league in Spain, hence why the price tag is as astronomically massive as it is. Clearly, one side wants the move, and the other side wants to keep the player by any means necessary, hence the absolutely insane tag added on to that. What's the likelihood of us getting him? Well, seems like it's very unlikely. One, because, again, Bayern don't want to sell to begin with. And two, because who wants to spend $100 million on a fucking winger? I mean, that's absolutely insane. The fact that that is even being talked about. So, again, Bayern, as typical Germans are, being incredibly stubborn in this scenario. So I highly doubt that they do sell. If they do sell at all, it'll probably be to either Real Madrid or Barcelona because of the preference to La Liga that Olise has. But if somehow we got him, that would be great, though I very much doubt it. There's still one more player that I need to talk about, though, on this list, and that is Jan Diomande, who I've been talking about a lot in the last several months, from Leipzig. Again, how many times do I have to say this? 19 years old, a fucking prodigy, absolute animal. 9 goals, 5 assists, 23 league matches, and a very astronomical fee in addition, of 80 million euros to boot. And it seems like little by little, there has been news leaking that Liverpool are in contacts with his camp. There might be some agreements going on, some negotiations. So I don't have to reiterate everything I've talked about. I think you know where I'm getting at with this. It's someone I personally think we should get, because I think we're getting to the time where Mo Salah is going to no longer be in a Liverpool shirt. So we might as well, if we're going to go with this whole youth movement, might as well go with someone like Diomande, who is a 19-year-old absolute animal. So it's probably the most realistic long-term target we have. Tyler Adams being the next possible option, considering that we desperately need defensive midfield depth. And Olise is just, that's insane. Like, no one's fucking paying that. I don't think anybody's paying that shit. And if anybody does pay it, I'd like to know what their bank account looks like, because little brother wholesome, you know what I'm saying? And last but not least, round two. Round two against the absolute worst football team in the Premier League and its history, and that is Wolverhampton Wanderers, which is taking place today as this video uploads in, I believe this is not going to happen in Molineux. I think this is happening in Anfield. I don't know why my notes here are wrong, but I will definitely double check that. No, I am 100% wrong. It's still happening in Molineux. Well, shit. I thought this was going to be I genuinely thought that this was going to be a Anfield match, and it seems like that is not the case, and Wolves will once again have the home team advantage, especially after they completely embarrassed us just a few short days ago. So you might be asking yourself, what the fuck does Liverpool got to do to not let that happen again? Because if you let it happen again, there's going to have to be some really important questions we have to ask about the state of the team right now, and hopefully some very big decisions will be made that we have been waiting for the better part of the last several months. Slot out. Sorry, something was in my throat. Anyway, what kind of adjustments do we need to make? 1. Start Rio and Gamoa. Get Gakpo off the fucking field to start, for once. Slot. 2nd, central penetration needs to be increased, and that is not to sound dirty whatsoever. We circulated well the ball, but obviously we rarely broke the Wolves between the lines, so the use of a double number 10 structure would probably be in our favor. We have to push a midfielder into the half spaces earlier and certainly encourage third man runs behind the Wolves midfield, because that's the only way that we're probably going to break them. They're probably going to attempt the exact same thing because it worked so well the last time, and that is the low block. So basically the idea is push McAllister deeper and have Szoboszlai advance as a midfielder attacking the half spaces. Most importantly, we need some faster ball circulation. The ball play for the whole season has been the same slow, methodical, predictable thing over and over again that somehow Slot has implemented into the system of this team to the point where it's no longer exciting to watch the team play on the field every week. And we need players that are going to kick the ball and be smart about where they are kicking it, because too often did I see too many giveaways that allowed Wolves to create chances that they shouldn't have had in the first place, and that all comes down to the mental toughness that the players need to have, especially considering that they just got absolutely embarrassed. So certainly they need to have one-touch midfield combinations, earlier switches of play, and, of course, quick diagonal passes to isolate the wingers. Another thing that they certainly need to get is high-pressure triggers. And this will probably be my last note for at least what we need to do, because there's just so much we need to do that it's hard to pinpoint everything. But obviously, the Wolves built confidence because Liverpool allowed them to clear and reset the ball over and over again. So what they need to do is have a more aggressive press to the target, where the center backs are receiving with closed body shape and backward passes into their goalkeeper and long clearances after second balls. So as long as we win the ball higher up, it reduces the need to break down into a deep block. Some key tactical battles that we need to pay attention to. Mo Salah versus the entirety of the Wolves' left side, which was an absolute brick wall for him in the previous match, despite him scoring. But it was not without some painful sights of him just running into walls and running into blocking and just making awful passes. Midfield control needs to be established. They have to dominate the second balls as well as the counter pressing phases. And last but certainly not least, transition defense. They have to prevent the Wolves from repeating the exact same counterattack pattern that produced their win just a handful of days prior. So, what's my prediction? My prediction is I'm going to witness pain, suffering, and I don't think they will implement any of this in the course of the match, because I think Slot is so stubborn that he's going to do the exact same thing over and over again, and that is start Cody Gakpo, play slow, methodical football, bore the shit out of everybody watching that football, allow our players to just not press deep enough or to penetrate any sort of defense. Listen, I can't tell you I'm confident in this match. If we lost to the Wolves a few days ago, the worst Premier League side in recent memory, if not of all time, what makes us think that we're going to advance in the FA Cup in a domestic tournament, beating them? When they have home advantage, a game plan for what they are planning, for what we are probably going to attempt doing again. They have the recipe for success. It's a matter of how do we change our tactics to adapt to what we think what we know that they're going to do. That's all I have to say about this episode of Liverpool Latest. Thanks so much for joining me. Leave a like and comment down below if you have any thoughts on anything I've talked about over the course of the video or the podcast. And last but certainly not least, follow the show, subscribe to the show, do whatever you got to do to help the program grow. I would certainly appreciate you. Fan Arch would appreciate you. And up the Reds, I guess. We'll never walk alone. Maybe. I just hope we win, damn it.